Hey, Brett here, and today I'm going to show you a really good forearm release. This is an incredibly important but overlooked area because we're always using our forearms, whether we're texting, typing at the computer, driving, all kinds of different things. We're always working our arms, and oftentimes they get overworked and people end up getting pain in their elbows, carpal tunnel syndrome, all kinds of different things. This is also going to be really good if you're a rock climber or do some type of sport or athletic endeavor like golf or tennis where you're using your forearms a lot too, because we're going to release the whole thing and it's going to feel really good and amazing afterwards. All right, let's get going. All right, so let's get into it. I'm just going to be showing you this on my right forearm just to keep this video short and sweet, but definitely do this on both sides. You will find you have probably all kinds of stuff going on in your right and left forearm. So starting out, we're just gonna release the superficial fascia a bit. So I'm grabbing my forearm here and I'm just gripping in a little bit, pulling the skin with it and twisting. Kind of like an Indian burn, but not quite. Definitely slow and gentle. Just get that superficial fascia moving, open everything up there. Going down all the way to the wrist. And then coming back up, going the opposite way. And you can see I'm kind of gripping all around my whole forearm and just moving all that tissue left and right as I pronate and supinate my hand there. All right, next up, we're gonna do a little active trigger point release. So see this meaty part right here? You're gonna sink down with either your fingers or your thumb. And again, twisting, getting some movement in there that's cross-fibering your muscle tissues. All right, you might find some painful spots. That's what's called a trigger point. You can spend a little extra time there, just going nice and slow, breathing. Don't make it too painful, especially on those tender areas. You never wanna be above a 7 out of 10 on a discomfort scale. So I'm just moving up or down the forearm, getting a nice release. Here, I'm going between those two bones there, the radius and ulna, and twisting, moving, extending, flexing and extending the wrist, moving the fingers. All right, that's feeling pretty good. Next up, we're just gonna come here and sliding down. Kind of pushing my wrist down as I go, making a fist, my fingers there, flexing and extending. I'm gonna do that on the back side and then also on the front side here. Kind of starting with the muscles shortened, pressing with my thumb, and releasing, opening up the tissues there. This is gonna go a long way to relieve any carpal tunnel syndrome you may be experiencing and also prevent it from occurring to begin with. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So just go in there, then we're gonna give our forearm a little stretch. So you can see how I kind of rotated my arm so my bicep is facing up, and I'm just holding there, flexing and extending the hand, moving the fingers a little bit. Just getting it nice and open, Nice good stretch. Doing the opposite side, again with my bicep facing up. I'm kind of speeding through this pretty quickly, but you could spend up to 30 seconds on each side here. All right, next we're gonna go a little bit deeper. We're gonna have to go down onto the floor. So let's do it. All right, so here we are down on the floor. We're gonna go a little bit deeper into those forearm muscles to get you a fuller, more complete release. So let's get started. You can see I'm here in kind of a child's pose position. This is gonna require a little bit of flexibility on your part, but it's totally worth it, especially if you use your forearms a lot for lifting, playing tennis, playing golf, rock climbing, anything like that. This is gonna feel amazing. Let's get started. So here in the child's pose, I'm gonna reach across right there, and then I'm gonna sticking my butt up in the air. I'm doing my right arm, so I'm reaching my right arm across. I'm gonna bring my left knee there
into the forearm, and then I'm gonna flex and extend my wrist as I slowly slide my knee down towards the wrist. So this is getting a good bit of pressure in there without me doing a lot of work, because it's just my body weight from my hips and leg going down in there. And yeah, it's a little bit painful because I am going so deep, but that means I need this work. If your muscles are hurting, that means they're not functioning properly. So going nice and slow all the way down to the wrist. And you can even rotate your arm a little bit so you're getting all the different aspects of those forearm muscles. You definitely want to hit them all, so rotating so your thumb side is down a little bit more, and the thumb side up, getting more into those posterior forearm muscles, flexing and extending there. You can do that a couple more times, but you get the gist of it. Sinking in nice and deep, and you can even get rotation in the wrist there, getting a nice active release in those forearm muscles. So now we're going to take it a bit further. If you're tense in your forearm muscles, you're also going to be tense where? Up in the biceps. That's because your body isn't just a bunch of different parts, they're all connected together. So the fascia here is tight, it's going to be tight up here. So I'm going to reach my arm a bit further across and then twist myself even more so I can get my knee up on the bicep, and I'm shortening the bicep here and extending it, getting that active release. I'm really tight in my bicep, so this is feeling really good, that good hurt kind of feel. Now I'm going to do that one more time. And you can actually just continue that stroke across to continue with all the fascia that's connected, but lighten up a bit over the elbow. You don't want to damage any of the blood vessels or nerves or the joint there, and then continue it down all the way to the wrist. All right, that's feeling really good. Now we're gonna do one final set of stretches, and I did this all on my right arm, so give it a try and do the stretches after you just do one side, and you'll feel a big difference from the side that you worked on to the side that you haven't done yet. But definitely do both sides. I'm gonna do my other side after this. So here, I'm putting my right index finger on top of the left, grabbing both hands, circling one direction and then the other. It's about 5 to 10 times each way, and switching your grip so the left index finger is on top, rotating one way, and then the next. And I'm kind of speeding through it, but definitely just count in your head about 10 times each direction. From there, we're gonna do another stretch, stretching the posterior muscles, stretching the anterior muscles, posterior and anterior. I'm definitely feeling a big difference and I'm definitely feeling a big difference between my right and left side right now. Next stretch, we're gonna put our hands on the ground. So here we are, pushing my wrist down. You can probably see I get a bit more range of motion in this right side because I did release all the muscle tissues there. And I'm wiggling my fingers, flexing and extending my hand, really trying to push those biceps forward. Taking a couple deep full breaths. You can hold this for up to 30 seconds to a minute. And doing the other side. Again, I'm getting this right hand a lot closer to the ground than the left. That's awesome. And then sink it back, stretch out more of the fingers. All right, give it a nice little shake.
And there you have it. That was a very thorough forearm release, not only affecting the muscles, but the fascia as well. Your forearms are gonna feel really nice and loose and good after this. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to stay up to date with all the things I'm doing for pain relief, self-massage, health, fitness, cooking, nutrition, self-development, motivation, basically all kinds of good stuff to help you be a better you, go ahead and subscribe to my channel down there. All right, until next time, have a good one.